$15 million is the price. 15.
Interesting. Yeah. So The Rock has bought the XFL, or is in the process. Sorry, he's in the process of buying the XFL with a group. It's called Redbird Capital. Gary Cardinale is an equal purchaser. Also, Danny Garcia, The Rock's former wife and partner, is in on this deal as well. I like that Danny Garcia and The Rock, their divorce is better than a lot of people's actual marriage.
Yeah, he probably pays her a boatload of money. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, he probably pays alimony and all that stuff. So you might as well be on good terms.
Well,
right? And he probably gave her a good deal. How long have they been divorced for?
Oh, quite a while now. 10, 15 years. Like,
so it was before The Rock was Mr. Hollywood and all that fucking bullshit.
It was she actually played a role in his comeback. He kind of he had started going to Hollywood and whatever, and sometime in that time they got a divorce, and they made this really nice, we're splitting up, but we're going to stay best friends and business partners. And I kind of was like, we'll fucking see how that plays out.
Well, fucking 15 years later. 15 years later, they're buying the XFL. What do you think about that?
I have a lot of thoughts.
Sure.
So here's the thing. Here's the interesting thing that a lot of people didn't catch is that it was just about to go to auction for bankruptcy, where it could have been sold for any price whatsoever to anyone in the world. Yep. But now The Rock is buying it for right about the same amount. They had 10 to 15 million in assets and liabilities that they needed to cover, and The Rock rolls up and is like, "I'll cover that." Now he's got the XFL.
Okay.
I'm wondering if maybe Vince McMahon's going to buy it back for a nice little bit of profit, maybe 20 mil. That way, all of The Rock's investors make some money off of it, and.
Here's questions I have for you, my friend.
Okay, sure.
Now, this is going to be the wrestling part. We'll talk about wrestling in a little while, and I want to just kind of give you some ideas of what I have in my head. Okay. XFL, this is the second time it's gone around. It failed both times. First time was horrible. Like, you watch the XFL 30 for 30, it explains it to you right there.
Sure.
Now, he used wrestlers in the XFL the first time around.
Did he use wrestlers, not playing football?
No. He used The Rock. He used Stone Cold Steve Austin. He used all these different wrestlers to promote his business. Okay. So he couldn't get people out to the games. He just put The Rock out there. He put Stone Cold Steve Austin out there. He put all different kinds of stuff out there. Now, he also has copyrights.
Okay.
So Vince McMahon this time around has copywritten a lot of stuff that people don't know about. So, did you watch any XFL last year?
No, man. Who are you talking to?
Okay, just hear me out on this. So, like Vince McMahon did a sideline thing. So a guy would be. This is going to sound completely ridiculous to you. Stop moving your mic. I'm getting echo in my head.
Are you getting echo?
Yeah, dude, because you're moving that mic. All I'm hearing is.
Oh, sorry.
Get your hands off your mic.
I just was worried you couldn't hear me, so I moved it closer.
Trust me, if that's the case, I'll go all day by myself, man. Never. It's awkward. But anyways, so what he did was you made a play. Let's say it was 4th and 10. They punted the ball. Right away, there was a microphone. There was a microphone in the coach's face. They had players on the side. They had different camera views. They were doing all this stuff that the NFL actually used once the XFL first went bankrupt.
Oh, okay.
So if Vince McMahon is copywritten any of that stuff, and the same thing with the wrestlers, he'll be able to use their likeness as well. So he'll be able to use Stone Cold's likeness because of the first time, and he'd be able to have copyrights on some of the stuff that if the XFL steals it, they have to pay him. So
I don't know if it's called a copyright or a patent, but I get what you're saying.
It'd be a patent. It'd be either.
Okay.
It would be, but the copyright is more for the wrestlers.
Sure.
So he has these wrestlers before.
Okay.
So that if he has the copyrights for them in the XFL, he may get backdoor rights to use them for whatever else he wants to use them for.
Okay. So what do you think The Rock plans on doing with the XFL? Like, there's been some speculation. I haven't seen this show, but there's a show called Ballers on HBO. What is this show?
Don't fucking waste your time.
What is it?
So it's basically The Rock. He's a washed-up football player.
Okay.
Who becomes an agent.
Okay.
And then he gets like these guys and he starts selling them stuff. The first 2 or 3 seasons, the first season's awesome. You get addicted. Second season, yeah. Third season, Russell Brand comes into it, and I just quit watching it. I'm like, I'm done. Click, and stopped it. But it was a good show. The premise was right. It's a really good show for season 1. If you just stopped at season 1, maybe a bit of season 2, I think could be good.
Okay.
But there's like 6 seasons. But I mean, it's a really good show.
Okay. So am I out to lunch for like I know you kind of scoffed at it, but my conspiratorial mind is that Vince McMahon sold this to a buddy that could sell it back to him at some point. I mean, like he makes a profit. His investors want to make money. Rock, there's a little bit of cheddar on it for him and for his investors, and Rock holds on to it for a year or two, and then Vince McMahon gets to declare bankruptcy, doesn't have to pay anybody anything because he's declared bankruptcy, buy it back at like less than he would have to pay for bankruptcy, basically you pay off all his bankruptcies right away and then buy it back at a bit of a loss.
No. So here's the deal. So, I mean, if that's the way you're thinking, you and I, let's do this.
That's the way I'm thinking because I know how Vince McMahon operates.
Hang on. Okay, so The Rock just bought the XFL. Is that a publicly traded company, do you know?
Yes, I know that because the other interesting point is that it came out that WWE owns 23.5% of the stocks in the XFL, despite the fact that Vince McMahon was telling his investors that WWE and XFL are completely different.
If Vince McMahon's that much of a fucking moron after all these years and thinks his fucking orange buddy's going to fucking save his bacon, the minute he buys that back and that stock goes up or down and he fucking sells it, there's no fucking way. You can't do it. It's fucking possible. That's like the worst. Like the wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Like you give me 15, I'll go grease this guy. No, you can't do that. That's fucking stock fraud. There's no way.
Hey man,
might as well fucking sell the WWE right now. Because
I'm just saying that ever since the WWE has gone public, there has been a lot more transparency in Vince McMahon's business practices. And it's like, how does he get away with that? How the fuck does he get away with that? Even the XFL, there's plenty of people who are suing him because he just stopped paying them. We're bankrupt. We're not paying you. You got a contract. You still got to pay me.
Dude, that's how America fucking works. So when in 10 years from now, when you and I are making $10 million a year from just talking, okay? Anyways, when we're doing that, if we're too high in a plus, we got to show a negative. That's what Trump did. So when they released Trump's taxes and everybody sees it, and he made bankruptcy, like he made this company go bankrupt so that this company could make money. That's exactly what Vince McMahon is doing. But The Rock bought it. Now, what I'm thinking The Rock's going to do is turn the XFL into like a D division for the NFL. Sure. So if The Rock goes and says the NFL is worth $1 trillion, well, if my league's don't you scoff, have a look, Google it.
They sold it for $15 million, so I wouldn't say it's worth $1 trillion.
The NFL.
You said XFL.
NFL. The NFL is worth $1 trillion.
Yeah.
And I can get 10% of that and make a D league where they can call people up and call it like all this stuff. Dude, right there, he's like, okay, so I take my $15 million. I have the teams, I have the country, I have all the stuff already set up, the lease agreements, all that stuff. Give us your roster players, bring them all down. We'll be the guys who don't make it out of college, we'll give them a spot, and then you can pick. So you'll be able to set more stuff up. So you'll be able to watch guys grow. So like when guys get to 25, they're not so burnt out like they are now. Like when you get to 25 in the NFL and you don't know this, like these poor running backs and guys, like the average lifespan of an NFL player is 5 years.
Okay. So a 25-year-old is a senior citizen?
No, probably 28. 28, you're done.
Oh, because you said 25. I don't know.
Well, yeah, because I think it's 21 when you graduate college. Or university, they call it college down there. So you're probably looking about 5 years. So at 26, if you're a running back, you might have a shorter career than that.
Well, the one thing I will say is that The Rock does have a background in football. He played for the Calgary Stampedes.
Stampeders, man. Don't.
Yeah, Calgary Stampeders. That's what I was saying.
You lived in Calgary. You need to know that fucking team.
The Stamps. I don't fucking know that. I don't even know shit about it. I know where they play, McMahon Stadium, but other than that, I don't fucking know. I jog by it every so often when I lived in Calgary. With that said, the close date is August 21st. Be interesting to see how this plays out. Here's the thing about The Rock. The Rock isn't going to do something if he can't be successful for it. So if he doesn't have a plan for it to succeed, he wouldn't be interested in doing it. He's not going to waste his time.
No, but I'm telling you right now, The Rock will make it work.
There's the other thing. The only thing that could make the XFL look like more of a blunder is for the XFL to succeed. It's failed twice, and now it's out of Vince McMahon's hands. If it starts to succeed, it's like, wow, you guys really were fucking idiots.
I don't think Vince McMahon the first time around was an idiot. I really enjoyed the XFL when it first came around. We were in high school.
I mean, you may have enjoyed it, but it fucking sank like a rock.
It didn't. It sank like the rock. Let's just put it that way. No, but I mean, that's exactly what it is. My issue is that, like, I honestly think the Rock's going to take it. But then if the Rock takes it and he gets Kevin Hart and he gets, like, Vin Diesel and all of his buddies together, and they go, yeah, we'll go watch a game. Dude, you and I are going to go to a game, like, let's just say wherever it is. Let's just say it's in, I don't even know where the fuck they play anymore. I really don't. I couldn't name one town, I don't think.
I'm not going to a game.
No, but if you could go, there's a meet and greet with The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Taker's going to be there, all these wrestlers, and you go, yeah, I'll fucking go for $20 and I get a VIP access to all these guys. Of course you're going to go. If we're in town, like I'm not flying.
Can I sleep during the football game?
Absolutely. Holy.
So what you're saying is what Kim Trail is saying in the comment is that The Rock is going to get all the celebrities, shine it up real pretty, turn that sumbitch sideways and stick it directly up your candy ass.